Good morning. Today is okay day, but today is also a very special day because this arrived in the mail today, and I'm very excited about it. As you guys might have seen on my Instagram, I recently went sponsor free. I have been writing for different brands for the last, I think, maybe 8 years already, and although I'm extremely grateful for the support that they have given me, I've been wanting to try different kinds of equipment, and also to rethink a bit the way I've been writing. As you might know already, since 2019, I've been struggling with herniated discs in my lower back that made it very complicated for me to do freestyle. So yeah, I wanted to get a big fat dancing board. So I reached out to my good friends at True Supplies. Awesome shop, by the way, in the Netherlands. What Arto is doing to support the community is absolutely amazing. So much love to them. And I asked him if I could try the Walzer. I've been seeing the Walzer for a few years at the lumber camp, and this board is just basically a dancing monster. It is super long, 127 centimeters. It is wide, so it has like all the room you want for dancing. I'm curious to see also how it will respond in terms of freestyle. So yeah, I went for the Flex too because I wanted something a bit springy. And also still light enough that it would be easy to maneuver. And I'm very curious to see to try this board and to have one of my own, because I've tried it briefly, but I want to have one that I can set up with my own trucks and wheels and all that. For the trucks, I went for good old Paris Trucks V3 because I've already tried a bunch of different trucks, and I know that when it comes for dancing, this is really the kind I like. And then I wanted to try the Tinder from Fireball. I think they look a bit similar to the Blood Orange Morgans that I've been riding for now a very long time, and that are absolutely amazing wheels. And Arto also kindly sent a set of dragon bearings, also from Fireball, I think. It seems like it. Designed by Fireball, yeah. Ceramic bearings. I've been riding the Zealous bearings that are also amazing bearings. But since I am commitment free, I get to try new stuff and tell you guys how it is. You know what's a very nice touch? Transparent shock pads. First time I see those. Very nice. Wait, what is this? Oops. Guys, there is candy inside the wheels. Tongue torture. I guess that's why they call it Fireball. Alright, let's have a try. This is very hard. Bearings times. In my opinion, the easiest way to put on bearings and wheels on your board is that you take 4 bearings and you put them with the spacer facing outside for both of them. Then you take the wheels, logo inside first, make a line with your elbows, press, switch, press, et voila, done. Ooh, this is starting to be a bit spicy. Fireball. Axel, Axel, Axel. Et voilà, guys. Take a look at this beauty. Look at this. Isn't she lovely? It is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Arto. Love you. I'm very excited to try it. Let's go. I just made it to the spot, and the longboard camp are having a lesson at the moment, and Val is skating, so I will just start to warm up because I haven't skated in like, I don't know, I think for the last year I might have skated maybe once per month, so I'm gonna remove the rust a little bit, and once they're done with the lesson, maybe Val will film a few lines and tricks for me.
Luna, agua, tierra, sol, solos estamos, tú y yo. Luna, agua, tierra, sol, te miro, me miras, sale amor. Luna, agua, tierra y sol, busco maneras de verte, amor. Hay amor y en el cielo tu calor, y aquí estamos tú y yo. Vení, canta mi canción. I find myself now shouting to the open. Myself now, hoping for an ocean. I find my peace in things that don't belong here. I find your truth hurts, but I won't wait no more, no more, no more. 'Cause the desert don't seem so cruel when you've been hoping for the moon. Maybe you'll finally understand that I won't back down again. No, no. Veo la luna y veo el sol. Veo la tierra en su esplendor. Veo las olas de esta canción dejando huellas a tu corazón. Y digo, luna, agua, tierra, sol, solos estamos tú y yo. Luna, agua, tierra y sol. Te miro, me miras, sale amor. Luna, agua, tierra, sol, buscan camino, no encuentran razón. Luna, agua, tierra y sol, busco maneras de verte, amor.
As predicted, first session was not very easy. I'm quite rusty on the board, and on top of that, getting used to a new board always takes some time, but I'm still quite happy. I saw that after a few tries, tricks starting to come back. It's still a bit early to say, but overall the board feels really nice. It's a lot turnier than I thought it would be, because it has quite a very long wheelbase. I don't have it in my mind, but maybe I can put it on the screen. which usually makes board a lot less turny. And somehow I had to tighten the trucks a few times, like I ride them tighter than I did on the Bangra, which is quite surprising, but overall feels quite nice, and probably is due to the fact that the board is very wide. So that's cool. Like if you want a super responsive setup, this can definitely work. I had also a bit of pain in the back. Overall, especially when I was trying to do some freestyle, overall this board is, I mean, it's 127, so it's quite big. It's harder to maneuver, but now we are on a spot where we can do a lot more dancing, a lot more room, and I'm excited for session number 2 and see how it's gonna work. I have Will and Marco with me, instructors at the lumber camp, and we're gonna try to film a little something together. Let's go!
Petit rayon de soleil juste là, et juste là-bas, petit rayon de plus.
Du coup, pour those qui comprennent pas in English, sunshine, rainshine.
Il n'y a aucun pied au sol. Allez, c'est bon ça. Ça compte ça. En vrai, ça compte. Validé, ça fait pas le focus. Let's go. Bah. Fin de la vidéo.
Now that I'm home and I've had a few sessions with the Walzer, let's talk about this board. First of all, I would like to start by saying that this setup has been gifted to me by True Supplies, but I am not paid to make this video and I can share whatever honest opinion I have about it. For the trucks, Paris V3 180mm 50 degrees, nothing to say here. This is what I've been riding forever and I'm not about to change that. The Tinder Fireball, very nice. I think the Blood Orange Morgans might feel a tiny little bit smoother, but at the same time they're also like 20 euros more or less more expensive. So is it worth the price difference? I think for their price, which is I think somewhere around 65 euros, they are really good and they totally do the job. They totally do the job. One thing though, for the heavy freestylers, I would maybe prefer a wheel that has, I don't know if you can see here, but little dents, little spikes inside the core. That would help protect the core from being broken by the bearings. Speaking of bearings, Fireball as well, I think it's a bit early to speak because what makes a good bearing is mainly its durability, but so far, nothing to say. They feel very good, fast, silent, approved. As for the board, the most important part, the part that I was the most excited about. So, first of all, just know that I went for the Flex 2 and I am 1.85 m or 6'1" and 65 kilos or 143 pounds. The design, absolutely beautiful. I have to admit that this veneer is clearly, it's clearly the best design that Bastl board have done, at least in my opinion, in the last decade. Love it. The length is really nice, 127 centimeters. It's very forgiving. It feels a lot more stable for complicated technical dancing combos and double pirouettes and other kind of pirouettes combos. Approved. The pop is actually very good as well. I was expecting a board that would just want to dance. It actually also wants to freestyle. I have to admit that the extra 3 centimeters difference with the Bangra is actually really noticeable. I really felt like I have to jump higher and longer for the board to finish the rotation. Otherwise I would just land before the board. But once you get used to that, it's a board that is still very maneuverable, especially considering its size. And the rotation of the board in the air, whether it's for spins or flips or aero tricks, is really clean. The shape is overall really good. It's simple, it's elegant, it's efficient. It feels good. There is nothing weird about it. When it comes to the concave, it seemed to be a flat part in the middle and quite edgy on the sides, which is good to hold off your feet and make up for the lack of grip tape during tricks, so you don't slide off the board when you land. But I think I prefer a more smooth and regular concave that feels a bit less obstructive when you want to move your feet, especially when you want to do 2 or 3 pirouettes in a row, that the edges might not block your foot. The weight is extremely light for such a board. I don't know what is the exact weight of the board, but I weighed the complete setup against the Bangra, the complete Bangra as well, and there was only 150 grams difference, which is surprising because this board is a lot longer and wider than the Bangra. And on top of that, The wheels are bigger and the screws are bigger. So out of those 150 grams, there might be just, I don't know, 50 or 100 grams difference. And that is due, I think, because the board is extremely thin. But that comes with a cost, the flex. This is the only thing I struggle a bit with, is I felt like the board was sometimes a bit too flexy, and I felt like I had to absorb the rebound of the board when landing a trick. But it might also be that I just got a model that is flexier than the usual Flex 2, because the thing is that since a board is made out of wood and wood is alive, you can never get two identical pieces of wood. So I will try the other Flex 2s that we have at the camp and let you know in the description if I have any updates about this. So who is this board for? For beginners and first timers, I would give it a clear 10 out of 10. This, in my opinion, is probably the best board that you can get started on. It is very stable, it has lots of room, and it's very forgiving. It is forgiving, but it's not limiting. Anyways, it's not a board that you're gonna need to upgrade as you progress. However, if you already know that freestyle is your thing, or if you're a very short person, maybe you'll be a bit better on the Bolero that is shorter. Now, as a high performance board for intermediate and advanced riders, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. When I say that, keep in mind that I still haven't tried a board that I would rate 10 out of 10. The Walzer is amazing for dancing, and it's still surprisingly freestylable, if that's a word, particularly thanks to its really good pop. Overall, this board feels really good. I just don't feel 100% comfortable with the flex. In order to try to remove weight out of the board, shapers usually replace a bit of the wood with carbon fiber or fiberglass. And the thing is that carbon fiber tends to make the flex a lot more tonic, which in my experience sometimes throws me off balance. On the other hand, the fiberglass feels a lot more predictable, but it stretches over time and makes the flex not that durable. So me personally, I tend to prefer boards that have a bit more wood and a bit less fiber because I like the way their flex responds better. But having a better flex means having more weight, which is more complicated for freestyle. So in the end, it's about finding balance. My suggestion for this board would be to make it just a tiny bit thicker and make up for the added weight by making it a bit narrower and removing a little bit of wood all around the shape. So, in conclusion, if you are looking for a big dancing board for endless steps, combinations, and pirouettes, this is a perfect choice. If you're looking for the perfect combination between dancing and freestyle, this is still a very good option. I would like to finish this video by giving some love to Bastl boards for two reasons. The first one is their support for the community. They have been extremely supportive since the beginning. They supported the longboard camp back when it was just an idea, and they have been supporting riders and events ever since. So thank you for that. Secondly, because they are one of the only brands that still make big boards. If you remove the old school dancers like the Mejutsu Obon or the Simple Platypus, the Walzer is actually the longest dancer you can get on the market. One of the reasons for that is that shipping a board longer than 120 centimeters or 47 inches is actually complicated and very expensive. So shout out to Bastl boards for not doing like most of the other brands and keeping on doing big boards for the dancing lovers. Anyway, I think I could keep on talking like this for hours, so I think I will stop for today. Thank you very much to Bastl boards and True Supplies for this amazing setup. Thank you Val and Marco for helping me to film this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and whether you like it, comment it or subscribe doesn't really matter, because I prefer to use copyrighted music rather than monetizing my videos. Bisous.